Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Going to talk about a huge mistake that crypto companies and partners that want to get into crypto are making with the SEC. Despite the SEC making life as hard as possible for the crypto bros, they're trying to tiptoe around and play nice with the SEC. What I mean is, Coinbase delisted BUSD, most obviously because the SEC sued BUSD. But now they're saying we listed BUSD because it doesn't fulfill our requirements and also it might have liquidity problems. They're talking about the Paxos version of BUSD, which is obviously one-to-one backed. People have been able to redeem $6 billion of it without any problems. Now, the thing is, it's not coincidentally they actually delisted it pretty much like a day or two after the SEC said they sued it. For anyone out there that's actually watching, it's pretty darn obvious why they delisted it. They delisted it for fears of the SEC. But now they're saying oh, we delisted it because it didn't meet our standards, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We all know. We all know why you delisted it. You can stop making up BS. Just come straight out and say it. Same thing with Visa and MasterCard, two of the most powerful companies in finance. They're like, we delisted it because of regulatory concerns, but mostly because FTX and Celsius and Voyager collapsed. Yeah. You halted those partnerships right after the SEC started really going after these crypto companies. I think tiptoeing around the SEC and not blaming them is probably not putting the blame solely on the SEC and Gary Gensler is probably the biggest mistake that these crypto companies are actually making. Just come out and say it. Just say it, man. We are leaving because the SEC is being a-holes and they're forcing us offshore or they're forcing crypto companies to close down and it's going to cost the United States billions of dollars because our business is moving elsewhere. Just come out and say it, man. Just say it. That'll put more pressure on the SEC. See, you're trying to play nice with Gary Gensler while he's punching you in the face. Sometimes when someone punches you in the face, you got to punch them back in the face, especially with regulatory concerns. Because bullies generally don't back down if they see they can gain leeway with you. So you are making a big mistake. You are just inviting this bully, Gary Gensler, to bully you even more with his regulatory BS. You have to realize he doesn't have the judicial rulings to do actually what he wants to do, fight him in court. But at least in the court of public opinion, you've got to strike back. At least stand your ground and say yes, we are basically delisting these coins because the SEC is forcing us to. They are costing investors and they are costing the United States billions of dollars and possibly the technological innovation edge that the United States has. We are going to have to go to Europe and other countries and start using euros instead of US dollars. That could possibly threaten the United States dollar as a world currency reserve, and it's all Gary Gensler's fault. Just lay it straight at his feet and play the PR game. There will be a lot of people that support you. And the thing is, remember, Gary Gensler is not a judge. He is not supreme dictator. His opinion are just that. They're opinions. They're not rule of law. The courts really haven't ruled on it. The one victory that they did win in the LBRY case, basically the judge came back and said that his ruling does not apply to secondary markets. And guess what, Coinbase? You're a secondary market. Same thing with Visa and MasterCard. There's been very little rulings on this stuff, and they're just acting out of fear, and they're not even willing to state the full reason why they are actually pulling back from new partnerships. It's because of the SEC and Gary Gensler. Just say it's because of Gary Gensler. Because the thing is you have a pretty good alliance on this thing. You have the entire crypto industry, but more than that, we actually have, people in Congress that will actually act on our behalf. We have Pat Toomey, that one dude from Hawaii, those people from Wyoming, Florida. Those guys are all pro crypto. And yes, there are some Bitcoin maxis in there, but a lot of them are interested in keeping jobs and bringing new innovation into their states, especially the states that are dying for jobs. A lot of the more rural states, they are looking for economic opportunities because they don't really have much industry. They don't really have many high paying jobs in their state. And a lot of these states, especially for Bitcoin mining and, altcoin productions, they have a lot of land, but they don't really have anything coming in. So if you make your states really, really attractive for a cryptocurrency policy, you can actually get a lot of innovation and a lot more investment and development in your state. And those senators and congressmen know it as well. So it's not just going to be 5 or 6 congressmen that are actually supporting Bitcoin. It's going to be a whole lot of congressmen. And besides that, the SEC is not united. Like Hester Pierce literally writes a dissenting opinion every time, and she criticizes the SEC in the media, and she's a commissioner. Now, some of you are like, saying that she should do more. She's not doing enough. She's just playing her part. I'm just like, what the hell do you expect her to do? The commission is like 5 people. She can't just go Rambo on the rest of them. I mean, the thing is, like, she has to have 2 other commissioners join her before she can do anything. Right now, the only thing she can do is write dissenting opinions. That is literally the only thing she can do. She can't actually do anything else because she doesn't have the power to do anything else. Like she can't just like beat them. She can't just like beat them up and make them like, submit or anything. That doesn't work that way. You have to have majority vote in the SEC to actually do anything. So she is doing all she can, but these crypto companies are still trying to tiptoe around the SEC. They're still trying to play Mr. Nice Guy while Gary Gensler is essentially punching them in the face. So that is a huge, huge mistake that these companies are making. They need to fight back. They need to be united. And at least they need to put the blame of companies moving outside the United States, costing the United States billions of dollars in technological innovation squarely at Gary Gensler's feet, to put more pressure on Gary Gensler, to put more pressure on Congress, to rein Gary Gensler back. That is the way you win a war. You don't win a war by signing continuous treaties to cede more and more of your land. You win a war by fighting back and gaining allies. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.